You want to write a book, but writer's block gets in the way, or maybe you have no idea where to begin, and you have been hearing that having an outline is the thing to do, but you have no idea how to start one or even what one looks like. Or maybe you know you have an outline, but you don't have the motivation to actually see the whole project through. Well, don't worry. Hopefully by the end of this video, we're gonna solve that problem for you. So keep on watching. Hi, my name is Catherine Storing, and I am the founder of Writing Made Simple, where we turn your words into books. And today I want to talk about the common things that get in the way when authors or authors wannabe want to write their book. And I know really well what those things were, because they helped me hostage for about 20 years plus. Because I always knew I was gonna be a writer. That's something that I enjoy doing since I was, I don't know, even under 10 years old. I was always reading, I was always talking about books, I was always looking for books, I was exchanging books, dreaming about books. Listen, books were my life. So I knew I would be an author, but I did not know that it was gonna take so long to do it, or that it was so difficult when you don't know what you're doing. So I remember the year that I got all the magazines that I could about writing, and that didn't help. I remember the time that I joined NaNoWriMo. Have you heard of them? There's when you write a novel in 30 days in November. I did that twice, and I got started. I got a couple chapters in, did not finish, not even once. I remember the time that I challenged myself. I took an entire day. I kicked my friend out of her apartment. She had a waterfront view apartment. It was amazing. I kicked her out of her own apartment, and I wrote from her house the whole entire day, and just to end up looking for pictures for the right things that I wanted to put in the book. Not much writing got done. I don't know what happened to that content. It's lost somewhere. I remember the time that I bribed myself with the trip to New York City. I'm like, okay, I'm taking myself to New York City. When I finish the book, I'm gonna go. Somehow I'm gonna get tickets for Fashion Week. It's gonna be amazing. I'm gonna finish. I thought that was gonna be enough to get me started and finished. It didn't. I remember the year that I bribed myself with a very expensive gift that I was gonna give myself as payment for finally finishing the book. It didn't happen. I remember the time that I went to work at an office for entrepreneurs, and I took an entire day, and I'm like, I'm gonna get a lot of stuff done. And I remember sitting there with my laptop. I had my drinks, I had my notebooks, pencils, everything laid out. 8 hours dedicated to writing. Zero. I stared at the computer, and I got nothing done. I even had a brand new outfit because I thought that was gonna get me in the zone. I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. Those are just some of the few of the things that I struggled with when it came to writing a book. Eventually, I realized that obsessing about it did not help. I realized that forcing myself to do what I wanted to do without the resources or the guidance of someone that had been there and done that could help me write the book that I wanted to write, it was not gonna work. So I had to stop the madness. I had to stop trying to do the same thing and expecting a different result, and finally understand that I needed help. I needed help from someone that actually had written books and can tell me what was wrong, help me with the outline, because I always knew what an outline was, and I remember that I used to overdo it because I thought you had to, so it turned like into another chore that I did not or could not do. So that did not work. Once I learned what an outline was, how simple but how integral to the writing process is, listen, my whole life changed. I can outline a book in no time because I know how to do it, and I actually have a system that I teach my clients how to use that makes writing an outline a cinch. And if I'm writing a book for them, they don't even have to worry about that. I do it for them, which is one of my favorite things to do. And then actually coming up with a plan that makes sense. Yes, you need a writing plan. You need a writing schedule. You know how you watch the movie sometimes and you see those tortured souls trying to write and they are upset and they miss deadlines and stuff? No. There is no need for that. I actually have a system that I use, that I allow my clients to use, so they can be on a plan, on a schedule that works for their lives. It's not just an arbitrary deadline. It's a schedule that works for them, that they can follow and track and make sure that it works for them. One of the key things that I saw help my clients is having the plan. The other thing is having someone look at your content. And I know it can be nerve-wracking. I'm telling you, it makes a big difference, because they can help you as you're doing the writing. That person, that professional, can give you feedback and actually find the holes, those stories that don't line up, those places where you could go a little deeper, and others where you went too deep, they can reel you back in. It is imperative to have that someone that is actually qualified. I remember the time back in high school where I wrote a really cool story for one of my classes, and I gave it to my friend to write, to read. I didn't even give it to her to write, just to read. And when I got it back, she had like rewritten characters and changed my voice. I was not happy. I was not happy at all. So make sure that whoever is going to help you, that they actually know what they're doing. And then once the book is done, it has to be edited the right way. You have to have all the right elements, how you monetize your book, so the book actually makes money for you. That right there took me a long time to learn, but once I put a system around that baby, listen, my books make me money, okay? They do. And now the books that I help my clients write, or I write for them, make them money as well, because I figured out a system. And the one final ingredient that really made all the difference for my clients is actually helping them implement that plan, that launch process, so they too can have an amazing book that people can find, because they are consistent on social media. They actually have an audience. Believe it or not, you need to have an audience in order to have people want to buy your book. How do you do that? Well, you are consistently adding value in very specific platforms that work for where your audience is. And you don't know how to do that, that's okay. We do that for you. You don't even have to do a thing. We take care of creating the content, posting it, tracking it, responding to people that send comments and questions. We take care of all of that. So when you look at that from that perspective, the only thing in the way of you writing your book is connecting to the right person that can either coach you to write it or actually write it for you. It is that simple. I have struggled with all the things that I mentioned before, which is why I created this solution for authors that want to write their book now and they don't want to keep waiting like I waited 20 years. They want to do it now. So if you are tired of doing it yourself and trying to reinvent the wheel when it has been invented, I don't know what year. Maybe I'll ask my video guy to put it here on the screen for you. Do it easy, because it really doesn't have to be hard. Click on the link in the comments and let's see if we can help you, and see if it's a good fit for you and for us to help you finally write the book now instead of never. Let me know in the comments if this video helped you. If you have any questions, please know that I love you, that I'm rooting for you, and I'm gonna see you super duper soon. Bye.